Hello students, good morning. Today in this lecture we are going to discuss about the internal reproductive organs in female. In previous lecture we were discussed about the internal as well as external structure of the female reproductive system with diagrammatic representation. Here we are going to discuss about the important internal parts of the female reproductive system. So students, first we start with the ovaries. Yes student, this is the primary sex organ of female. As we study in human male reproductive system, testis is the primary sex organ of male. Likewise, here ovaries are the primary sex organs of the female. Students, if we are discuss about the shape, size and structure of the ovary, then we find that there are two almond shape. Of what shape? Of almond shaped ovary, about 2 to 4 centimeter long, 1.5 centimeter wide and 1 centimeter thick structure lies at the either side of the uterus, just below the pelvis region. And students, each ovary's weight is about 5 to 7 grams. Of what gram? It is very important to know you that what is the weight of each ovary. The weight of each ovary is about 5 to 7 grams. Now students, each ovary lies in the pelvic cavity. As I will tell you that it just lies behind the pubic bone or pubic symphysis. Then at the either side of the uterus and suspended with the help of a stalk-like structure called mesovarium or ovarian ligament. Mesovarium or ovarian ligament that helps in hold on each of the ovary with the adjoining membrane that is just made up of fibrous tissue. Now students, what is the layers that forms the structure of ovary? Students, each ovary has mainly two parts. The outer peripheral part is called cortex and the inner part, that is the massive, that is called medulla. So here there are two germinal layers. The outer germinal layers that forms the peripheral part, that is tunic elbow union. And students, the innermost massive part is follicular cells. Students, in a non-pregnant woman, the follicular cells are become so large in number and called Graafian follicles. What called? Graafian follicles. So you never confuse when these both names comes are a bit all together or separately. Follicular cells are Graafian follicles. Only there is the difference when we call Graafian follicles, when the number of follicular cells become so large and not replenished due to no kind of embryonic development take place inside the uterus. So students, they are Graafian follicles. These are very important cells for the production of female gamete. Now what is the function of ovary? This is more important to know. What is the function of ovary? As we study, the main function of testis is the production of male gamete, sperm. Likewise here, the main function of the ovary is the production of ova or egg cells, and its singular is ovum. Next function, the production of female hormone. There are basically two female hormones produced with the stimulation of the pituitary gland. The first one is the estrogen, that is responsible for bringing the puberty in females, and second one is the progesterone. Progesterone is very important hormone because it not only helps in the production of ova or egg cell, but also responsible for the development of secondary sexual characteristics in females. What is the secondary sexual characteristic in females? We will discuss it in our incoming lectures. So, now the second part we are going to study, that is the uterus or womb. Then what is the uterus and what is the function, shape, size and structure? Let's start, and before starting we are going with a very similar diagram of the fallopian tubes along with the uterus to understand this part very well. So here I draw the structure of a fallopian tube. This is the FP, the fimbriae. And students, here each ovaries are hanged with the help of the star-like structure called mesothelium or ovarian stars or ligament. What we find here, each ovary lies at the either side of the uterus. This is the uterus and these are the ovary that lies at the either side of fallopian. This T-shaped tube is called fallopian tube. Now students, the uterus is a single thick pear shape of what shape? You will clearly look in this diagram. What is the shape of the uterus? It is just to the pear shape. Yes, this is just pear shape muscular organ which lies in the pelvic region between rectum and bladder. Just behind the rectum and in front of the bladder. It is called womb of mother. Why it is called womb of mother? Because after the formation of zygote, it implanted inside the uterus where the embryonic development of the fetus take place. It means the whole of the embryonic development take place inside this parts of the female body. That's why this is also called the womb of mother. It is lined by 3 walls. The innermost wall is called endometrium. It is disintegrated wall. It replenishes with each menstruation. In a non-pregnant woman, next to the endometrium, the middle wall that is well lined by the muscular bodies as well as the muscles like fibroblast muscles, and has more contractile in nature, that is myometrium. And the outermost peripheral wall of the uterus is perimetrium. It has also rich supply of blood vessels like capillaries and arteries and veins, but rich supply of capillaries are found in the perimetrium wall. Now students, the uterus in a non-pregnant woman is about 5 to 8 centimeter long. It is about 5 to 8 centimeter long, and its weight is about 30 to 60 gram. It means 1 to 2 OZ. OZ is a American unit to measuring the weight of any matter. It has 3 parts. The fundus, this is the uppermost part, that is called fundus. And students, this is the part of the fundus where the process of fertilization takes place. And this is the just part of the fallopian tube, and this is the uppermost massive part of the uterus, that is called fundus. Now students, this middle part, you will clearly observe this middle part is the body or the main body of the uterus, and the lowermost part that communicates the uterus with the vagina. This is the vagina, and this is the lower part of the uterus, that is called cervix. The cervix communicate with the vagina. So you can take the screenshot of this summarized lecture, and we will back in few seconds. Now students, function of the uterus. Yes, its main function is carry out of embryonic development. The main function of the uterus is carry out the function of embryonic development, because in uterus the occurrence of pregnancy occurs, and in its innermost wall that after the pregnancy forms the placental wall, in which the fetus feed with the help of the mother. So students, the endometrium wall of the uterus forms the placenta, and with the help of placenta the embryonic developing fetus intake their nutrition from their mother. On commence of the childbirth, yes, as I will tell you that its myometrium wall has large advantage of contraction. So on the commencement of the childbirth, its myometrium wall get contract, that accompanied the labor pain that helps in the easy childbirth. So and one of the hormone is also responsible for the accompanying of labor pain, that is the student oxytocin. What? Oxytocin hormone. Oxytocin hormone is also responsible for the accompanying of the labor pain during the childbirth. Now students, the another internal part of the female reproductive system, that is the fallopian tube. We also call FT in abbreviation. So students, a pair of tube about 10 to 12 centimeter long running outwardly aside the pelvis at each side. It has mainly three parts: infundibulum, isthmus and ampulla. Students, infundibulum, just above the fimbriae, the finger-like projected structure that just link with the ovary is called infundibulum. The released ova, after the convey of the fimbriae, it passes to the infundibulum first, and after infundibulum it passes into the isthmus, and from isthmus it further passes into the ampulla. Ampulla is the region where the process of fertilization takes place if the male gamete is passes into the womb during coitus. So students, the fimbriae is the anterior part of the FT. Yes, at the anterior, at each anterior part, the FT of FT fimbriae are present that communicate the released ovum into the genital tract. It means inside the isthmus to ampulla for fertilization. So students, now we are going to discuss about the function of the fallopian. So students, I have it clear that its main function is convey the ovary to pass the ovum into the uterus and serves the important region, or you can say that site, for the process of fertilization. Thus students, it is clear that the process of fertilization takes place inside the fallopian tube, whereas the implantation of the zygote, it means embryo, take place inside the uterus. So students, in next video lecture we will going to discuss about the accessory organs in female reproductive system. Thanks students for joining today.